All right, here's the answers to the questions you guys have. Let's just roll right into it. What's your plan a year from now? I'm going to assume this is within regards to training. Probably sometime within a year from now, I'll be competing again. So it'll be bulking back up to 308 and getting stronger. In life in general, I guess a year from now, my son will be turning 4, so we'll be starting to get him ready for school. Hopefully, my work career will still be going good. My side hustle has been going pretty good as of late, so keep all that stuff going strong. How long has it been since you shaved? I think the last time I shaved was June of 2015. I promised my wife, I went to do a meet in June, and I promised my wife I would shave after the meet. I ended up injuring myself that meet, go figure. And so when I got home, I shaved, at which point she said, please don't ever do that again. She forgot what my face looked like, and it's not good under there. So yeah, that was the last time I shaved, was June 2015. Pretty sure there's videos if you dig through my channel of that occurrence. What's some good lifting music, songs, or bands? Like, I really don't focus on the music so much because as a competitor, you don't get to pick your songs or whether there's music at all or meet, so I try not to. However, if I am in the zone, have a little bit of that green tobacco before I go in and lift. I prefer like rap with really hard beats. I like some of the newer, I guess the kids are calling it trap music. Trap music was something completely different when I was growing up than what they refer to it now. But like ASAP Ferg, Waka Flocka, shit like that. I really love Crime Mob, their first CD. I know most of y'all are probably familiar with the song Nuck If You Buck. But that whole CD was nothing but fucking bangers other than one corny ass love song they did. 90s rap I like a whole lot. DMX, Tupac, Notorious B.I.G., Nas, any shit like that I get down with lifting. I really don't like metal. Metal is, well, there's another question I'm going to answer lately. I'll elaborate on metal, but it's terrible in my opinion. Who do you look up to in powerlifting and in life? In powerlifting, everybody with a bigger total than me. I don't really follow powerlifters a whole lot to look up to them. I mean, there's a couple. I follow Colin DeWay, which, don't take this wrong, Colin. I don't look up to him, but I follow him along. Mark McQueen. As far as powerlifting content, probably the best channel you've never heard of. Super world-class junior powerlifter. But as far as looking up to powerlifters, like I said, I look up to the guys with bigger totals than me in the sense of the totals they're putting up, but I really don't emulate anybody per se. In life, my father and the owner of the company I work for, they're both really successful, and I'm trying to follow in their footsteps. So yeah, I'm sorry there's not no great celebrity answer or nothing like that, but it is what it is. Is there a word in the English language which expresses politeness when giving something to a person, e.g. when a waiter brings you a drink here in Bosnia, he says polite word and you say thank you? There probably is a word, but my command of the English language is not fantastic either. Usually, like when a waiter or waitress brings you a drink, they're just like, oh, here you go, or enjoy, or something like that, and you say, oh, thank you afterwards. All my English I learned watching your videos. That's really cool. Sorry, my English is not the greatest. Note that I've never been to an English-speaking country or traveled the world, hence ignorance. I've never been outside of this country, so I'm probably ignorant that other way. I did take Spanish with honors in high school, so that was kind of cool. But never been outside the country. I did live with a Puerto Rican family for a year, and then for, oh gosh, probably let's see, 17 through 26, I lived with either a combination of Puerto Ricans, or Puerto Rican and Dominican. So I'm cultured in that sense, but I've never been outside this country. How would your training differ if you weren't focusing on powerlifting? Excuse me. It would be much more movement and athletic based and all around healthy ish. Be a lot more cardio. I I do my fair share of cardio for a power lifter, which is like 30 minutes on the elliptical, which is 30 minutes more cardio than every other power lifter says they do. But yeah, it'd be much more athletic focused and more all around healthy. Yoga. I know, Anthony, you've been around my channel for a long time. You probably remember some old yoga videos. Yeah, they're there. Hitting the heavy bags, some jumping videos and stuff like that, and doing handstands. I would go back to that, except I would attack it with a much more methodical approach with my newfound knowledge and training. Do you possess a bejeweled pimp cup? Do you wear gangster pinky rings? Do you ever plan on ripping up, bleaching your teeth scary white, getting an orange tan, and sporting a Speedo at a bodybuilding competition? No, and no. I did have a pimp cup back in the day. It is no longer with me. Never really sported the rings. I did used to have, they're probably, of course you're not going to be able to see them, but I had 3 holes in both ears. And I'd have fake diamonds, the cubic zirconias, and it'd go little, middle, big, look like a snowman. And then I also had like some really gigantic fake diamonds back in the day, because when I was like in middle school, Bling Bling and all that shit came out. Paul Wall, Cash Money, and I was about that life. I don't see you growling, howling, or acting like a maniac up on the platform. What goes through your mind before what you know is going to be a difficult lift? What basic 3 tips do you have for middle-aged non-steroid using lifter who doesn't have powerlifting aspiration but wants to increase strength? Is creatine bullshit? Have any OTC supplements ever provided any measurable strength gains? Does fish oil really help with joint relief? I do scream a little bit before my lifts. My like competitions, now, like, I usually edit those out. I do hype myself up. It's not this prolonged, like, minute-long haka dance or anything like that, but before I'm going into a big lift that I, don't know that I'm going to hit it or not, in my mind, I am going to hit it. Probably like starting 2 minutes out, I start thinking about it and I start visualizing the lift and me performing it. Oftentimes before a big bench, again, you guys don't see this because I edited it out, but I'll sit on the bench and I'll do this, a couple times with my eyes closed, just visualizing myself dominating the weight and owning it and just fucking hitting it with a good speed and good technique. But I visualize, I'll hit the nose torque and then I'll, usually let out like a Ric Flair, woo! Before a big lift. But yeah, no, like I said, no haka dances or nothing like that. Basic 3 tips for a middle-aged non-steroid using lifter who doesn't have powerlifting aspirations but wants to increase strength. Technique over everything. That's going to keep you injury-free, and injury-free keeps the progress coming. You can't progress while you're injured. Simple progressive overload. You don't need to be maxing out, week to week or anything like that. Work on your sets of 10s, increase those. If you put, you can bench press 225 for 5 sets of 10. If 6 months later you can bench press 250 for 5 sets of 10, you're getting stronger. You don't need to test it out all the time. And the older you get, nutrition becomes more important. A healthy balance, macros and micros. Not getting super fat because you're not trying to be a power lifter. Keeping that in check. And hold on, I'm about to have to stop this and restart it because we only got 10 minutes at a time on my camera phone. But yeah, I mean, those are 3 basic tips that, I mean, will help anybody, steroids not, age or not. But there's nothing magical. It's all pretty simple. Is creatine bullshit? No, there's good research on creatine. Creatine is literally the one like OTC supplement that's been shown to increase strength in strength athletes. So yeah, and that answers your next question. Any OTC strength ever provided measurable strength gains? Me personally, I've been taking 5 grams of creatine a day for as long as I can remember now. So I don't know that like I noticed the strength gains or anything. Some people don't respond to it. Some people do. Even if you do, I don't know that it's going to do that much that like you can physically tell. Maybe try creatine and take 5 grams a day for 3 months. Then go off of it for 3 months and then back on for 3 months and draw your own inferences off of it. But yes, it is the one OTC supplement worth using. Does fish oil really help with joint relief? This is another thing. If it does, I don't know that you're going to feel it or not. I do take fish oil every morning. I will tell you the one thing I've used that I can actually physically tell a difference with joint relief. Hold on just a second. You guys are probably going to fucking laugh at me for this, but kablemyow. Yes, I take a horse joint supplement. The thing of it is, you want to get a look at these ingredients here. That's for the full 1 ounce dose, which I think that's for a 1,000-pound horse. I take half the horse dose. Even at the half dose, if you go look at any joint supplement you're going to get at GNC, Vitamin Shop, whatever, that's for people, the half dose of the horse supplement exceeds those numbers. And this, I believe, was $129.99, $139.99. I don't remember. I ordered it off Amazon. And if you take the half dose, it's almost a 3-year supply, and it works out to like under $0.25 a day in cost. And I physically can tell a difference taking it versus not. Well, why is it Kansas but not Arkansas? Dude, the English language is fucking ridiculous. Again, going back to me taking Spanish classes, my mind was blown with like how simple Spanish is and the rules are the rules. A letter makes a noise and that's the only noise it fucking makes. With English, there are rules, but there's fucking exceptions to every goddamn rule. Props to you for not being from an English-speaking country and being able to use English at all, because English is fucking weird. How to clean pussy stains from a car seat. Ask your mom. Serious though, don't know if you guys have it over there, but like if you go to a Foot Locker, Foot Action, any shoe store, shoe cleaner, that shit fucking cleans everything. Swear to fucking God, I used to manage a Foot Action a long time ago, and that shoe cleaner worked magic. Funny story, back Cinco de Mayo, 05, 06, whenever Floyd Mayweather fought Oscar De La Hoya, we had a party, order the fight. This bitch got way too drunk, couldn't handle her liquor, and threw up fucking everywhere. Of course, we made that bitch clean it up. And after she wiped it up, there were stains on the carpet, and I was like, "Here, bitch, use this." And I gave her a shoe cleaner, and she was all fucked up. And like, it's not gonna. I said, "Just shut the fuck up and clean it." And fucking no more stains. That shit is magical. Let's see here. Who doesn't like your pecs bouncing? Right? You like that? What inspired you to become a power lifter? Nothing really inspired me to. I always liked the idea of being strong. However, in high school, I was very lazy, smoked a lot of fucking weed. You know, I was good at sports and athletic and stuff, but I just didn't have the want to do it all the time outside of it being recreational. Like, I'll play pickup basketball all day long, but as far as like structured practices and shit, didn't want to do it. Anyway, come back full circle. I bought a weight bench and some weights, and you know, I used to bench press every day, and I'd post some videos online, and somebody was like, dude, you got a good bench press, you should try out powerlifting. And then at that point I started squatting and deadlifting and realized how bad I sucked. And that, you know, there was more to being strong than just having a good bench press. So I worked feverishly on that, and I ended up doing a push-pull my first meet because I could still bench more than I squatted at the time, and I didn't want to embarrass myself. But no real inspiration, just somebody said, hey, you should do it, and I tried it, and I ended up liking it. It's a good competitive outlet, and I enjoy it. I believe you mentioned you're from Tennessee. I'm not from Tennessee. I live in Tennessee. Anyway, Tennessee is the birthplace of country music. I think it is. The town I live in, Bristol, Tennessee, we have the birthplace of country music museum, about 2 miles from my house. Do you ever rock country music? Fuck no. If so, what artists? None of them, because country music fucking sucks. I like rap, hip-hop, reggaeton, R&B is kind of my number one. Then just a hair below it, I like cheesy 80s pop, new wave, girly music. Madonna Radio is by far my favorite station on Spotify. Paula Abdul, shit like that. I'm a huge Rihanna fan. Yeah, I said it. I'm stronger than you. Get the fuck out of here. Do you ever watch autonomous sensory meridian response videos? I've never heard of that. I will look it up and see. Doesn't appear that you use the hex bar deadlift bar very often. Do you think it's a useful strength movement? For general strength, I do. Funny story, I actually did use it for the first time like 3 weeks ago, and my right hand was a little ahead of my left hand, and I only had like 385 pounds on there, and I tweaked my lower back a little bit, so that kind of sucked. But I use it every now and then, very lightweight shrugs and grip training. But for like athletic purposes and general strength, I think it's useful. For powerlifting, not so much. Sammy Hagar Van Halen or David Lee Roth Van Halen? It's Van Halen, not Van Hagar. Get the fuck out of here with that. If you were going to live in any other country, which one would you choose? Now, I've never been abroad. All I know is from, videos I've seen, people I've talked to. I think Japan would be really fucking awesome place to live. It looks beautiful over there. So much culture and all that stuff. I think Japan would be awesome. Can you perform pull-ups at your weight? Yes. I don't see you talk much about mobility drills, but it seems to be a recurring topic in strength fitness vids. What do you do for ankle, hip, shoulder mobility, if anything? I have a very, very limited mobility warm-up kind of thing that I do. Maybe I'll film it one day. It's very short. I'm not wasting my energy on mobility. As it pertains to powerlifting, you only need to be mobile enough to perform the lifts properly. Hypermobility is not necessary, and I'm training to get strong, not to get mobile. There's videos of me doing yoga a long time ago. Outside of powerlifting, there's a lot to it. As far as it goes with powerlifting, I think hypermobility is highly, highly, highly overrated. Let's see. Do you identify with any movie character? I really don't watch a lot of movies, so it'd be hard for me to think of one off the top of my head I identified with. I don't know. Fucking Spicoli maybe. Cheech and Chong. Yeah, but I'd have to think about that. I should have pre-read these questions first, but I just do it off the top of my head. If you are approached by a WWE executive and offered an opportunity to be a pro wrestler, will you accept the offer? Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. I'd probably do it. And they'd probably send me to developmental in Florida, which is where I grew up in Florida, so I got a home down there. If so, what's your wrestling name? I've not given that enough thought. I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to have like one of those, like just one name, like Rusev. You know, just be a big bad guy and just have one name or something like that. Uh, what was that guy? Vladimir Kozlov, Nikita Koloff. I always liked those foreign, gimmick heels when I was growing up. I thought they were pretty cool. What would be your signature move? Powerbomb. Uh, Glock, Sig, Taurus, H and K, or S and W. I don't have preferences. I've never had a Sig. I've had plenty of Tauruses. I've had one H and K, two H and Ks. One was a 22. I had a 45, the USP 45. That was a smooth shooting 45. It felt like a 9mm. Smith and Wesson, I had what's the model? The SV90 or S something. I can't remember it. I've been through so many fucking guns. I currently have a Glock 23 that I'll probably sell or trade. Again, I'm not a gun snob or brand loyal as far as any of those go. I like shooting a myriad of guns. I do have a... Let me go get it. A Baikal Russian-made Makarov. I don't know if it's going to focus there or not. But I think this gun's really cool. You see down there, made in Russia. I looked up the model number and everything, and it's a Cold War era. It was made in 1982. I just think it's a cool little gun. I think I got one chambered. Yep. But yeah, it's a neat little gun. And it's funny, whenever we go shooting, it's chambered in 9mm Makarov. It's its own fucking round named after it. But I've gone shooting with friends with high dollar ARs, H and Ks and all kinds of shit. And everybody loves shooting this gun. It's just a cool little fucking gun, and it shoots excellent. And I really like it a lot. But like I said, I'm not really brand loyal or anything. Whoops. Made me nervous the first time I ever did that. Hit the decocker with a round chambered. Got this cool little leather case. Holds an extra magazine. Wish it had more capacity. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But yeah, love that little gun. Have you given up on handstands? For the time being, yes. Right now, focus is 100% on powerlifting, and handstands aren't going to help me with that. I know you're not into politics, but if you ever met Trump in a dark alley, unaccompanied by bodyguards, will you shake his hand and assist him out of the alley, pretend you don't like to see him, continue walking, ask for his autograph, and discuss current world affairs with him, kick his ass, jack his wallet, and piss on his unconscious body? I just shake his hand and say, nice to meet you. And I would have done that with Obama, George W., any of them. Yeah, I'm not into politics, so they're another person to me. How often do you rub your tits? Every hour on the hour. This guy has an exhibitionist sadistic bear fetish where he's the bear. Wouldn't be surprised if he releases belly float videos. What's your thought on these prospects, you fat fucking frog-sucking vagina head? I just don't take myself seriously. So yeah, I'll get a little ignorant on here and get silly sometimes. But I am a happily married man, so none of those things are going to be happening without my wife in the same room. Thanks again, guys, for the questions. These are really fun. This one ended up being really long. So that's what she said. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I enjoy doing them, and we'll do another one soon. Peace!